Yo, what's up guys? So today I want to talk about how to ollie higher. Now this is a video requested by my boy Pancakes. He's in every single video comment. Shout out you Pancakes. And I want to talk about how to pop your ollies higher. I'm just going to get right into it with 3 tips. If you want to watch the rest of the video, go right ahead. But the 3 tips I want to talk about today are to practice ollieing over obstacles, change your foot position, and focus on what shoes you're wearing. So if any of those sound interesting to you, feel free to watch the rest of the video. I'm going to make this one short and sweet just for you guys. So getting right into tip number 1, trying to jump over something. This is probably obvious to you by now, but it's the absolute most essential tip to getting your ollies higher. It's what I do. It's what everyone does, especially after I got my ollies higher and I wanted to learn switch. I basically had to learn ollies all over again because you're learning ollies switch. I had to go through the same process. Basically, I started off just ollieing up a baby curb, or maybe just ollieing over like a little water bottle, or maybe even just like a stick. You know, I started as small as possible. You know, start with a stick, then maybe a rock, then maybe a water bottle, then try to ollie up a little curb. Then after the curb, put a skateboard down sideways and ollie over the skateboard, and basically just keep trying this over and over again. And the other thing to do too, this is a tip that I use a lot when I try to tweak my ollies or level them out, is when you're trying to ollie over these obstacles, go kind of slow, because then it'll force you to have to ollie and stretch your feet out so that you're able to clear the obstacle in front of you. Because if you go fast, you can just kind of do a baby ollie and get by. But if you go slow enough, you'll really have to try, bend down, stretch your legs out, flick, and try to land on the other side. Hopefully that helps. Just pretty basic right there. Tip number 2 is to look at your feet position. Now, if you have your feet on the bolt, if you have your front foot on the bolts or high up on the board, you're probably not ollieing as high because you don't have as much room to scrape your front foot forward, if that makes sense. So I would say just try to work from the middle and maybe a little lower or a little higher from there, and just work your way. Hopefully that helps. And lastly, look at your shoes that you're wearing. This is a huge tip that people overlook, because you'll notice that some shoes have you'll notice that most shoes have different board feels. If you are used to skating slip-ons and you switch from slip-ons to maybe high tops, you're going to notice it's a whole different feel on your board. You're going to be higher up because your soles are going to be thicker. You're going to have a different area. You know, you might have more stitching on your shoes. You might have a wider area to flick on your grip tape. You might have laces now that will, you know, there are many different factors that go into flicking the board with your shoes. And so you want to find shoes that have the best grip possible. You'll notice, for example, like if you're skating leather shoes, you might not have as much grip as if you did with suede shoes. Or if you're wearing just like complete rubber on your toes, or like plastic, you're not going to scrape the board as much, right? Same with your grip tape. If you have newer grip tape, you're going to have more, you're obviously going to have more grip when you go to flick, which means your feet will stick to the board more. This might help in a higher ollie because your feet aren't flying away from the board, because that could be the problem. You might be jumping up high, but the board isn't following you because the board isn't sticking to your feet. So you might want to play around with what shoes you're wearing and see and record yourself and see if your feet stick with the board when you pop or not. That's it. I like to keep my videos pretty short. So those are the 3 tips. Hope that helps, and bye.